Um, okay. I'm live there. Am I live here? Live there. Okay. Hello, beautiful souls. Amanta Suna here, coming to you live from Soul Stars Rising on this beautiful, transformative Thursday. I know I'm coming on here kind of later than I usually do, but this is a very special day today. And I'm actually live in more than one place, streamed on Facebook, a couple places, and then also I will share this to the Soul Stars Rising page, and then also I am live on my YouTube channel as well. So I wanted to jump on here because today is a very special day for me. And I felt very called to talk a little bit about spirituality and how it relates to addiction, recovery, and transformation. So today happens to be not just any special day, but it happens to be the 10-year anniversary of my beautiful brother Ryan's passing of a heroin overdose 10 years ago on this date. And it's really feeling very, very surreal for me today that it's been 10 years. Although I don't carry a heaviness about it as I used to anymore. But I felt as I knew this, as I was becoming aware of this date coming up, specifically the 10-year this year, I felt more and more, especially over the last week, that I was feeling called, that, Spirit was calling me. My brother's always with me, to send a message out. Initially, I thought it was going to be like a channeled message, like I was going to get on here and I was going to channel a special message from my brother. And it is a little bit of that. But I was really meditating on this the last few days, and I was talking with a few people over the last few days. I'm like, there's something huge coming through here. There's something huge coming through here. I don't know what it is. And I was talking with a beautiful dear friend, and he suggested, why don't you write a letter to your brother? And how letters and storytelling are very healing, are very relatable, are very transformative and helpful. And I thought that that was a great idea. It felt like it was a direct message from Spirit, from my brother. And I started crying and it gave me chills. So I knew that that's what I needed to do. So most of today, I have been constructing this letter. And I didn't even finish the letter. There's still a little bit. So towards the end, I will just kind of add some things in. And there's also a very special message at the end that I would like to do some things in his honor. So please stay tuned to the end. But I'm really hoping that, number one, this is very healing for me. It has been a very healing process for me. But I'm also hoping that this touches someone, that this helps someone, that maybe you can do something similar, that maybe some part of the story helps you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read to you this letter, this very personal letter. It's about 5.5 pages long, and it could have been longer, but like I said, I wasn't done. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit about some inspiration, some messages that I received from him, some things that I would like to do in Ryan's honor. So some of you that know me, know that have been following me for a while, know that, not only my brother passed 10 years ago, but also my other brother, Adam, has been struggling with this for several years, currently actually in rehab at the moment, detox at the moment, and he is on his way to a better path, better life as well. So I thought that I would also do this in his honor, that it would help him as well. So I'm going to pass this letter on to him as well. And I just want you to know that I actually, during the course of this, some of you don't know that I struggled with alcohol for a few years. And this story of my brother touched me, touched so many lives, touched my own life in many ways, as you'll kind of see through this letter. So let me begin. September 12th, 2024, 10 years. Dear Ryan, my dear brother, today is the 10-year anniversary of your passing, and it really is hard to believe. What is time to souls, though? And to the infinite, however. I feel your presence with me and know you are with me, have been with me always since day one of your passing. You've been here for me, even on days I didn't realize, and you've always been a guiding force of comfort, direction, love, guiding me along my path. I see you in signs in nature and feel your love and your protection always. It's funny because it seems we have grown closer in your death than we were ever when you were in the physical plane on this earth. Whenever I see a turtle, I know you are guiding me or around me. Thank you also for the turtle necklace that showed up in my jewelry. A story about this in a moment, guys. That showed up in my jewelry recently. I know that the turtle love was a special bond that you and Jackie had shared, and some memories from when you were little, and that always stuck with me. So thank you for that. So on this beautiful day, I'd like to write about all the beautiful memories as we've experienced growing up. There were so many memories of when you were a kid and I was with you. I was living with you, Adam, and our dad and your mom back then. You annoyed me back then when you were a kid. I was a teenager. You were 8 to 10. But I knew you were just being you. I remember the Goosebumps books you had, visiting your grandparents many times, fun summer memories with Uncle Dave, Aunt Cindy, Kristen, Eric, and Bethany, Aunt Diane, Cousin Amy, and it goes on. There are many memories with you and your mom, my stepmom, as well. All your family is well protected and taken care of. I know you're with them. I know you're always with them. I remember the turtle ponds. This is where the turtle comes from. I remember all the turtle ponds, the frogs, the fish, the turtles at every house that you were at. There was turtles. This is where you got the turtles started. They were in every backyard. The hermit crabs you had. I remember our sassy cats, Cypress and Tamarack, playing in the backyard and watching you and Adam, watching American Gladiators, pillow fights, and baseball. I remember your best friend, Michael Harding, going to parks and all the fun times. One memory that stands out to me is when Abby was visiting us, our sister was visiting us in Ohio as well, and we all went for a walk, me, you, Adam, and Abby in the neighborhood. You tripped and fell into someone's yard. A grumpy old man came out, started yelling to get out of your lawn. I shouted right back at him, very upset, probably swearing at the old man. The next thing you know, I was helping you up and we were all running home as he began to chase us. In that moment, I felt proud as your big sister, just wanted to protect you, to stand up for you. And I always carried the big sister protective complex within me from that point forward, which made it difficult for me to get over this later on, but we'll talk about that in a minute. After I moved back to Wisconsin and stopped visiting for a few years. I didn't see you. I do remember visiting Ohio in 2008, 2009, 2010, seeing you then. I felt more disconnected with you back then because you were already out of high school at that point, and Zach was very little, my son. I do remember the big celebration we had in 2010 at Uncle Dave's and for Adam's high school graduation. It was there that Russ taught Zach how to fish. So at 3.5 years old, Zach caught a smallmouth bass. It was a proud moment for us all. That really was a good day and night with the family. And as always, we were playing cornhole as usual. I remember the house on Menor on the Lake and how you and Adam helped your mom again build a pond with fish and turtles, of course. After that, the last time I actually saw you on the physical plane was at my wedding in Wisconsin in 2012. I cherish that time as we all, the four of us, me, you, Adam, and Abby, took a beautiful picture, and I cherish that picture to this day. There was also a picture of the four of us taken a few years before that I cherish to this day as well. In both those pictures, your smile was so bright and beautiful. Your energy was always so magnetic everywhere that you go. And everyone always wanted to be around you. I swear, you and I were most alike. And we looked like most alike. And Adam and Abby were our most alike and looked most alike. This is something I always kept with me and wished we had more time to be closer in the physical realm. But I do cherish every moment we had on this physical plane. After that wedding in 2012, I never physically saw you again on this plane. I do remember you writing me from either jail or rehab back in 2013 when you shared with me some really deep struggles of addiction that you were going through and how you and Jackie, your girlfriend at the time, who I became very close with, you shared with me in those letters some deep secrets, some things you were going through, some struggles you were going through, some things that you feared, and how you were excited to get out and create a new life with Jackie, to start a family with her. I sensed some hope during those letters and sometimes as you and I wrote back and forth, and I understood you from that point on a deeper level, and I began to feel more connected to you again and closer during that time. During that time between 2013 and 2014, I was also going through a very dark time in my life as well. I felt we both were very connected in our experiences and sharing with each other in the letters during that time. In May of 2014, you finally had gotten out of jail or rehab and had expressed being ready to start a new life. Dad came to visit myself and Zach in Wisconsin, but you weren't able to make it. I was in a bad place at the time, and I wanted to move. I remember telling you that I needed to restart my life after the divorce and the horrible year I was having, and I wanted to move to Ohio. I told you that we could support each other and start fresh together, but I never ended up moving to Ohio, and my drinking was really bad during that time. We both sunk deeper into our depression and addictions then. Then on September 12th, 2014, I received a phone call from Dad that forever changed my life and the lives of so many. He told me to sit down for this one. I could hear the sadness in his voice and immediately knew something had happened. When Dad told me that you had overdosed in the bathroom floor in his house, I literally fell over. It simply didn't seem real at the time. I was completely in disbelief. I remembered I was staying at my mom's in Wisconsin that weekend because I temporarily had moved to Indiana, so it was good to have the support that day. Everything over the next week before your funeral was a blur to me. I was struggling so much. I felt dead inside, and it was all surreal. About a week later, I drove from Indiana to Ohio for your funeral. It was at your funeral where I experienced firsthand for the first time how loved you were, how many lives you touched, how much of an impact you made. I was extremely overwhelmed when I stood in line to shake the hands of 200 to 300 of your closest friends, most of whom I've never met before that day. Many of them shared with me how much of a light you were, how they couldn't believe that this happened. I felt you with us that day. Many of them told me how much I looked like you. I heard so many stories about how you were always there for others, putting others first, being there for others in need. It filled my heart with love and joy. And that you were, but it also made me have a heavy heart because I knew you were taken so soon with so much life to live. Over the next couple of days and nights, I bonded deeply with Jackie, your girlfriend at the time. We called each other sis and got close. I felt my big sister complex coming in from that point as I got closer to her as well. Within a couple of months after your passing, I had moved back to Wisconsin, and I sunk into a deep depression. I was overcome with self-guilt, shame, and felt a deep burden on not being there for you. I continued to drink. From that point on until about 2017, I held deeply onto the fact that I wasn't there for you, thinking if I had moved to Ohio, I could have been there for you. There were so many times during that period that I was heavily drinking and didn't want to go on. I called out to you, reached out for your help. I remember crying on the bathroom floor one night for hours, wishing that I could just talk to you and see you again. Somewhere in there, and also by 2017, I began to ask more questions about how I was brought up, religion, spirituality, and wanting to know more, knowing that there was more to life. In 2017, I began suffering some health issues. So I began to look into holistic healing in different modalities and stopped drinking and began to get healthy and heal my body and clean up my life. This eventually led me to my spiritual awakening in 2020. I remember the first time you came to me in spirit form, where I saw you, heard you, felt you for the first time fully in spirit form. It was in August of 2020 when I was opening up my gifts and taking a mediumship class to develop my gifts. We were then asked to connect with a past loved one for the first time during that class, and you were the first person that I thought of. Prior to this point, I had tried to connect with you and felt you with me, but I never knew how to physically talk to you, converse with you in the spirit realm. So when I was given the tools and awareness and understanding of how I could open this up, this spiritual connection, I did. And the first time was extremely powerful, and you gave me a very powerful gift, which to this day I am very grateful for. On that day, you came to me bright and shining with so much love and understanding. And then you said to me, I'm going to help you develop your gifts so that you can heal yourself and you can help others. You took me in this scene of right before your death and your death. During this scene, I heard, saw, felt exactly how you felt during that time, just before and during your death. It was very powerful. It was very overwhelming. At first, I didn't really understand why you showed me this, the pain, the suffering, the physical feelings. But you showed me so that I could, it was on that day that I fully released all the guilt, all the shame, all the burdens that I had been holding on to for years around your death. I felt a full release. And it was at that day that I fully opened up all of my psychic abilities and gifts from all of my senses with your help, I believe. And I'm forever grateful to you for this. I stopped writing the letter at this point, you guys. There is so much more, but I really wanted to stop the letter for now because I wanted to come on this video and make this video today while I still could. After that point, after my brother helped me from that scene, I felt so much better and I had no more guilt or shame or burdens. And I felt like he's always been with me. He's always been my guiding force. And I started to connect with the angels at that point and open up my other gifts. And I feel like I was led from one thing to another in my spiritual journey. And my brother's always been a huge part of that and opening that up and helping me for that. And I'll always remember that. I also, after that, or during that time, I forgot to put in the letter was that prior to my spiritual awakening, I was doing talks on social media to spread awareness about addiction, to create awareness about addiction and the opioid addiction at the time, and to really help people in any way that I could. That was the only way that I knew how. I told my brother that I would do something for him someday. Back then I had, that was how I knew how to do it. Even before my awakening, I was spreading awareness online by doing these videos in his memory, helping people touch their lives through his story, through his energy, and just passing on his story that was moving through me. Because I feel like even in my lowest points, when I was depressed, when I was drinking, like he really helped me. It was very pivotal for me. So sharing this story, it was really powerful. And he was a big part of that, was a huge part of that as well. And there isn't a day that he is not with me. And, you know, I for a while, I got away from the spreading awareness because I got deep into my spiritual journey, which is totally okay. But I want to tell you how they can totally intertwine. And I know this isn't going to resonate with everybody, but there is a movement. There is an awareness, I should say, happening right now where, of course, there are the traditional recovery programs from addiction, but many of us are seeing now, experiencing that there are so many other ways to heal yourself, with energy healing, with different modalities. And this is where I want to kind of connect the two and know that we all have all the support we need for us at all times. All you have to do is, you know, whether you're on a spiritual journey or not, wherever you are, know that you have loving support around you, no matter if it's that physical person or a support group or, you know, from the spiritual realm. I truly, truly believe that we all are gifted in our own way. We all have something to share with the world. And even if that's just our story of recovery, if that's just something that we went through, we all have something to share with the world. And we can utilize this to help others in whatever way possible, in whatever way we see that we can do that. So I think it's really powerful, as we can see how to intertwine these two, the spirituality And so wherever you are in your journey, in your recovery journey, in your spirituality journey, you can know that you can explore that further to really dive deeper into yourself, to dive deeper into releasing that. Because when I released the trauma and the shame and the guilt when I finally did that in 2020, it was because I was opening myself up to more. It was because I was willing to understand that I am here. I am more than just me, that we're all one, that sometimes, even if I don't understand it, even if we don't understand it, we're always supported every single day. There's always people around us. There's always spiritual support around us, whether you believe that or not. You are so supported, so protected, so loved every single day in every single way. So, and I invite you to explore that in whatever way that calls to you. So whether you feel like you're an empath and feel like you're opening up to that, it's 5:55 right now, by the way, guys, divine sign. Whether you are an empath and you can sense other people's feelings, whether you can tune into an awareness of your senses heightening all around you, whether you feel like you're a healer, I invite you to kind of explore that and, reach out to someone if you're new to this that can maybe reach out to any of us at Soul Stars Rising, Bethany, Ashley, reach out to someone that that can help you with these questions, because we're reaching a new level of awareness in the addiction community. We're reaching a new level of how different ways can help us expand and pull through. And I'm not saying, again, that the traditional programs don't help. They do. I'm just saying that this is something, these are tools, these are things that we can use and reach our expansion with in order to help ourselves in a deeper way, help ourselves in different ways, and reach more people and discover what gifts we have to share with the world, even, again, if that's our own story. And so I kind of wanted to just close this video today with, prior to writing this letter, I was meditating and channeling earlier today as well. And during that meditation and channeling, I was connecting with my brother. And because I felt like, in addition to this video that I'm making right now, I felt like I wanted to do something in his honor, being, 10 years and whatnot. So what I'm going to do is a couple things. I'm going to start a GoFundMe in his honor. And so I will put up this GoFundMe sometime in the next week, and I will share it with everybody. And if you feel called to donate, please do. The GoFundMe is going to be, my goal is to raise $5,000. And this GoFundMe is going to go to someone who's in recovery, someone who is in need to get back on their feet. And I will know who that person is not specific, but it could also be for my other brother too, part of it as well. Because right now, as I mentioned, I forgot to add in here, I did a little bit, but this also addiction affects so many people in my family, not just the one who passed, but my other brother who's in rehab right now, has been struggling on and off for years. For those of you close to me, know that he stayed with me this past winter. And that trip, he stayed with me for almost 3 months. And that was very helpful to him before he had to kind of go turn himself in, because he had some other things going on, but he's getting himself straight now. And I just really want to help him. I don't feel that guilt around him. I've always felt very protective, that sisterly help with him. But I haven't felt that guilt or shame with him like I felt like I previously had felt with my brother Ryan. I just want to help him, and I know it helped him so much when he came to to stay with me last winter. That was really helpful. He's on the right path. He didn't fall back. It's just he had some old stuff that he had to get cleared on. So that's why he's doing what he's doing right now. But he's so ready to restart his life with a clean slate. And so part of this may be for helping him get back on his feet. But I really feel called to start this GoFundMe and raise a few $1,000s, and just really Spirit will give me on my heart someone at the time when we've raised that. Maybe it's more than one person too. It might not just be one person. Someone worthy soul who's going through their recovery, and that it could definitely fund. I'm feeling very called to do this for in his memory. So I will put that up in the next week. So watch for that. And then I recently also aligned with two beautiful women one's been a friend for several years, and we are talking about planning spiritual retreats. And one of the things that I've always wanted to do is also help addicts and put together some type of retreat for addicts as well. Or those in recovery is what I mean, recovering addicts. And we came up with the idea yesterday to do a retreat. Now, unfortunately, it's not going to be till January of 2026, but that will give us more than enough time to promote it and to help as many people as we can. And it's going to be in Florida, because my brother Adam, when he was staying with me last winter, he was talking about going to Florida. And I want to give him the opportunity to participate in this retreat as well. And I know that he's going to be very excited when he hears about this, and that he will be able to partake in it, and he will be able to be a part of it. It'll be very special to him, just like it'd be very special to Ryan that I'm doing this as well. But we're going to plan a recovery spiritual retreat in Florida for January of 2026. So more details to come on that. And I'm feeling like I will probably by then be able to put together some partial scholarships, maybe from this GoFundMe, to help people attend that. And I don't have all the details on what that's going to look like or anything like that yet, but I just want to let you know these are some of the things that I'm going to do in my brother's honor. Yeah. So this has been very helpful to me. I hope it's been very healing to you as well. And I hope that this video touched you today. Anyone that's watching this live or on the replay, please share this video out with anyone whom you feel it could help, could touch their life. And wherever you are in your journey, in your recovery journey, in your spiritual journey, if you need someone to talk to, please reach out to me. Please reach out to myself, any of the women at Soul Stars Rising as well. Just like our page or reach out to us, and we would love to chat with you. I know one of my business partners, Bethany, is very much involved in the community, and she's a beautiful soul, and we all are. And, there's so many modalities that we offer here to help in terms of like the yoga, the breath work. I'm going to be doing Kundalini dance now too. And then also Reiki healing, energy healing as well. There's so many things that we do here to help everyone, people in general, anyone on their journey. So just reach out to me or us on our page as well. And we would love to talk to you, even if it's just a chat, even if you just need someone to talk to or to help you in any type of way, we would love to talk with you as well. Talk with you as well. So I love and appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for watching, for tuning in. Please share this out if it can help anyone that you know of. Have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed, transformative day. Bye.